Copy, Herc away. Copy, Herc past the transom.
I think we need to restart this, huh? I can do it, but I'd rather wait for her to do it.
Copy, tether all out.
Perhaps there's a road. Still got good ground fault. Turn on the crafts and ruin that whole thing. You get science.
Thank you.
Puffer's not on.
Puffer is not on, so
No
it'll just be
puffer.
Sage and the
Pufferless.
cam. No puffers today. It's too deep for the sampler that's functioning
I was
properly.
unaware we were going pufferless.
We're pufferless.
How deep are we going, Val?
2,500.
2,500.
Oh.
Not write that on the board.
Huh. What was the water weight on the puffer? Because I didn't get a buoyancy update.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Might be wanting to get a rock right away.
Let's hope there's some loose ones. They definitely want rocks. This is actually a big objective for this dive, is to get samples to verify the geologic structure of the seamount.
Copy, Atalanta away. Starting mezzos.
Deck van, hey, could you have somebody look up the water weight for the puffer? Because I didn't get that included in buoyancy.
Copy that. Stand by on water weight for puffer.
No rush. Not coming up to fix it. So.
Okay, getting pings.
Control deck. I'm doing a rough estimate of about 7 pounds in weight.
Copy, 7 pounds in weight.
It's in the right direction. That's good.
Yeah, that popped up once they powered it on.
Bridge, back deck. We can go ahead and have somebody come back down and restart the fans for the deck.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to call to Diego.
Bob, can you turn on cinema cams when you get a chance?
They were on, so I think they're not happening.
I got nothing from either one.
Nothing. Look at that. They turned themselves off. But the data is updating.
Strange. NDI on?
I'll have to look at that code, because if it's getting updates on this data, it shouldn't time out and reset. What?
Hey, this is
back
a
deck.
voice slate.
Deck is all
This
stopped
voice
at
slate
50 meters.
for
Controls and
Hotel 2067.
Copy. I'll stop at 50.
UTC 202200. Mark.
All right, ready? Oh, 118K. Eek. I'm going to turn off the craft.
Do you mind if I stop the ship?
Do it.
All right. Bridge nav. Hi, let's hold ship position here, please. Thank you.
Who put that weight on there with the stupid rope hanging out that side again? And they put it on that side. That's no good. How's our ground fall? All better, huh? Yeah.
All right, the cinema cam thing is off again.
Oh, just center cam.
Well, the upper one looks frozen, yeah?
Is it?
And there's the marine snow is stopped.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh.
Upper one is frozen, lower one is missing.
Very interesting. So it's very sensitive to when the order of the network switches gets turned on.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, well it is, because so you gotta wait for the Ethernet bottle to come up and that switch to happen. I'll just wait longer.
Triclops power. So it's just like your cable modem at home. You know, you got to turn the modem on, and then you turn on the router. And, you know, you got to do it in order, right?
And then it goes.
Not that kind of modem.
Erica's like,
You're
they're just
dating
making
yourself.
funny sounds. I don't even know what they're talking about.
What is that all about?
I actually was a teenager during that time.
To the modem time?
We couldn't use our landlines because we
Yeah.
had to connect to...
You have to get out the phone. I want to get on that American
Yeah.
line or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. I gotta get on my Netscape.
You're typing BRB, gotta use the phone.
Yeah.
Dial-up lingered in the island. It took us a little longer.
All right. One more time.
Yep. On the web, we have a stream. Yeah, that's right in the frame.
You know, I remember my favorite PC computer game as a kid was called Ocean Adventures.
Oh,
It's like, it's a very full circle moment.
yeah.
All right. Quit that. Can you zoom in a bit, Dave? Can we tilt down some?
Oh, dang. I hate to say we froze on the wide angle.
Yes, why you go starboard with the camera? Froze on both, it looks like.
At least on the, no, I think the lower one is
Okay.
still going.
Oh, right.
Yeah, lower is still good.
All right. Poor Jen.
I'm going to start us tracking back as well.
So, stereo camera. Yeah.
100 meters at 280. Bridge now. Can we have a ship move 105 meters at bearing 280? Yeah, thank you.
So I'm holding off on doing an introduction because our lovely SCF Setefano will be back in his seat in maybe 15 minutes, so I don't want to steal his thunder, but stay tuned and we will do the whole shebang.
We could introduce ourselves multiple times, just every
You want to?
15 minutes
Every
throughout
15
the dive.
minutes.
Go easy on the the question.
We could do something just in your wheelhouse, you know, like,
My wheelhouse?
yeah, what AI model would you?
That I could answer.
This is our last dive.
What's your
of the
favorite FET
expedition.
transistor?
This is our last dive of the expedition.
Yep.
And man, it's been awesome, you know. We've done some amazing exploration work, a lot of great science, good people, some fish, some rocks, a whole deal.
Belle, I can still hear you. I can still hear Belle.
No, you're good now. Cannot hear her now.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Hey, Johan, you mind zooming out the high pack a little bit so I can see the whole shebang here?
No problem.
Okay. No, that's good enough. Just 1 to 5. Perfect.
Also, we know that our data page is down at the moment. If you give us a little patience, we'll have that up as soon as possible. So this dive will be 10 to 12 hours, depending on how it goes,
Let's see.
maybe?
Yep. Yeah, around 12 hours.
And we're going pretty deep, so
Yeah.
got blue water for a little bit.
Yeah, starting. What's our target depth, Johan?
2,500.
2,500.
$117 minutes.
117 minutes. That's
So as usual, we're gonna get to the bottom to hand it off to the.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll get
Crank that winch speed up
10,
a little
15
bit.
minutes.
That's us, the launch them and leave them watch.
Actually, we can crank up the winch some more. Bean up.
Add a couple beans to it.
More beans.
That just gave us 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
25 minutes.
Yeah, actually, I guess we will have some time on the bottom.
We have a good question by how did the Nautilus get its name? Anyone know the answer to this one?
Yep.
Go ahead.
It's named after Captain Nemo's ship in the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is Bob Ballard's inspirational text for his career in ocean exploration.
Inspirational text. That's a good way of putting it. Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were really hoping for a Nautilus meets Nautilus opportunity on our launcher recovery because we saw so many shells, but
Yeah.
no live ones.
I don't think
Well-
we've been in a lot of areas with Nautilus before.
Well,
like,
I think we
right?
might have seen a live one. It just had its
We did?
operculum closed, and we weren't able to. We
Oh.
were in strong current, and so that shell looked really intact.
Oh
The one
yeah,
that was settled down in at the base of the corals.
yeah.
But I don't know for sure. Like, I think that one might have been alive, but it wasn't up and moving around.
Do they settle? Do they?
I don't know for sure. I don't know if any of us know for sure.
No.
Another question, how deep can ROV Hercules go? And that would be 4,000 meters. But Atalanta can go down to 6,000.
And
what-
so can Little Herc, right?
So can Little Herc. And Sentry can go down to 6,000 too.
That's right.
But they already started packing up Sentry, so we don't care anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
And
We
all
love
of them,
Sentry.
all of them can go full ocean depth. They just can't come back from it.
How deep should they go?
That's true. It's all about your phrasing.
Yeah.
How deep can it go versus should it go?
Yeah, sorry.
What are we hoping to see today, you guys?
We'd love to see some rocks. That is one of the objectives for this dive, is to understand the origin of Papatua. But otherwise, I think we'd like to see, you know, some of the benthic communities that live down at these depths, the corals and sponges. We've been at these depths before on this expedition. We've seen quite a lot of sponges. We had that one kind of
Yeah.
heavy polyopogon dive.
Yes, I think we've seen Polyopogon, Bolosoma, Calophycus.
How's thruster comp looking?
So at these depths, I think we see a lot of, at least in the last couple of dives we've seen, at this depth, we've seen a lot of sponges, and then as we get up shallower, it gets transitions into more corals.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this dive will be significantly deeper than the last two, right? So we'll be
Yes.
kind of extending in this area near Tutuila, pushing our observations a little deeper today.
So Erica, this is your first time on the ship as our ocean science intern. How was your experience?
when I got my sea legs. I really enjoy it. I do like going in the wet lab. I do like seeing the samples that we collected and
Oh, camera's
being
frozen
able
again.
to, like, you know, touch them. That had to be like the #1 thing. I really like being in the control van as well. Being able to see in full screen what people see just at home in their computers, so it's pretty cool. I feel like I'm part of a cause.
Oh, good.
So that's an even better feeling. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Well, hopefully we'll see you back out here.
And has your family followed along a little bit at home?
They do. My family, most especially my boss lady back home, because she's an environmentalist and she's very into these kinds of things.
Hi, Kathy, if you're watching.
Yeah. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Kathy.
So yeah.
Do they tell you, hey, you got to get on the mic more, tell those other people what to do?
There was one time we had like a late shift. That was like our 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. shift. And I think we had Blue Water Radio. And my friend messages me and she's like, hey, look alive.
Look alive.
Yeah.
It's day 24. Nobody's looking alive
No,
today.
yeah, this is a little struggle to the end.
And Esteban, as our ROV engineering intern, same question. How has been your experience?
Well, so far so good. Definitely a lot of learning involved. Managed to wrench on big toys. That's always been the goal. So yeah, I got to drive. I got to work the arm a little bit. So yeah, excited. Honestly, just it's been good so far.
We love to hear it.
So Jamie, if people are interested, are the applications open right now for people to join?
They should be open today, yes. If not today, then at some point this week, but I'm pretty sure they're open today. So our science and engineering internship program is sponsored by the Office of Naval Research, and it's a really wonderful program that allows us to bring on interns in 4 different tracks. We have ocean science, ROV engineering, video engineering, and seafloor mapping. So you would apply to each one separately. You can apply to more than one if you want, but we encourage you to apply for what you actually really want to do. And application periods will be opened, I want to say, through the end of the year, maybe a few days in January, but please don't submit that late. And if you are a undergraduate, community college, graduate student, or early career professional, you are eligible to apply in one of these internships. And people ask, do you have to have been out to sea? No. Most of our interns have never been to sea. There's no one requirement that we're looking for other than you really want to be here. So if you're interested, go to nautiluslive.org and go to our education page, and you can learn all about the internships, how to apply, and maybe you'll be talking to us on this side of the SPL next year.
And another way to be involved is all the data and samples we collect end up in public repositories. So if you've had your interest spark scientifically about some of the stuff we've seen, you can absolutely request, most of the data can be downloaded, but samples requested, and yeah, get your science on.
Get your science on, hashtag. We're very passionate about open access data here because these places are very difficult to get to, and we think that everyone should be able to study them.
Yeah, and the hope is, that the data we collect, it has lots of end users. It's the sanctuary in terms of their kind of management practices. It's the regional governments and their policy related to their waters, but it's also to spur further science. So, from this expedition, I can imagine a new proposal to one of the kind of primary federal science agencies to bring another vessel back here to do really detailed work at one place rather than bopping around to all the places as we've been doing, which should be great, both great for advancement of our knowledge, but also great for American Samoa and the sanctuary. Yeah, so I'm really excited about what we've been able to accomplish.
We've covered a lot of area in this
Yes.
expedition.
100%.
And the wet lab is packed. One of our viewers is wondering what have been some challenges of the expedition.
We've had our fair share. We had a bit of weather that was challenging in the early part of the expedition, that causing us to hide out in the lee of islands. We're still able to do productive exploration, but couldn't necessarily be in the spots we wanted to be. We had technical challenges with the vehicles, and in the case of Sentry going to its maximum depth limit, that kind of pushes it to its limit, so that they had some challenges that they worked through, and the ROV had some technical challenges that it worked through, but we really kind of pushed things to the limit. That's part of the kind of ethos of exploration and of Nautilus as well. And so those things are expected. We're the group that is perfectly happy to break things in the name of exploration, and that's a valuable thing, because if you're too conservative, you're going to miss out on some of the really excellent observations that we could make. Of course, we're not never risky, especially with people's health and safety. And I will just give great credit to the deck crew for doing all the launches and recoveries that we've done, sometimes in challenging conditions, but with always an eye on safety. So it's been pretty great on that front. And yeah, otherwise we ran out of fruit, that's the challenge, but 24 days, that's going to happen.
And we'll get more fruit tomorrow.
Yep. If you're in Fangatongo and you see a bunch of people with their faces in papayas, that's probably us.
So yeah, we get back into port tomorrow, and that concludes the NA-165 expedition. But someone is asking about our next expedition, which officially starts on September 28th, and that will be about a month almost of mapping near Howland and Baker Islands, but also transit mapping, and we'll be going through multiple time zones, multiple jurisdictions. It's going to be very exploratory, and we'll be ending up in Koror, Palau.
Wow.
Did I say that right?
You did, yeah. Our sister sanctuary.
Our sister sanctuary,
Palau.
yeah. And then after that, we have multiple expeditions within the sanctuary that will include more ROV dives.
So, in your sister sanctuary relationship, who's big sister, who's little sister?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we got National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa is a little bit older, but they're both valuable sanctuaries and exciting conservation efforts.
And is the Palau sanctuary larger? Actually, I don't know what the various states are of the kind of protected areas versus sanctuary areas.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. So the Palau National Marine Sanctuary starts about 12 miles out from their shoreline, so that they still have access for local fishing. And then 80% though of the rest of it is set aside for no commercial fishing, and 20% is left for fishing. And so the area open to fishing is the area closest to their port to enable access. and the other areas are protected from fishing. And the thought with that is that by providing that larger area for tuna and other valuable pelagic fish, whales, etc., to not be exploited, that they'll produce more, that you'll have bigger biomass, and with the bigger biomass have more
sustainable food
productive
supply.
fish. And they're kind of thinking of it too as like they're kind of to the west, they may actually be a source for some of the high seas, as well as Micronesia, Guam, CNMI, that are further downstream.
Yeah, but there has not been a lot of deep water exploration around Palau. You know, a fair bit in the...
A little bit in the trench with scripts, but around the trench, but not much other than that.
Yeah, so be laying eyes on some new terrain over there.
They have been using, it's interesting, they have been using eDNA with a partnership with Stanford. And so they've actually done pelagic eDNA where we have not. So this expedition was really important for us because it provided the eDNA both for the water column and down at the seafloor. And Palau has been doing pelagic eDNA and baited remote underwater video systems that are drifting around in pelagic. So they've had a little jump on us actually in some ways on the pelagic biodiversity characterization, but they're definitely excited about the ROV work and getting to check out some of their seamounts, get some better mapping. Can't wait to see what you guys find there.
I have a question that maybe I can push to the ROV team if you don't mind. What circumstances are in place for when we use little Hercules over Hercules?
You're not on SPL.
Sorry. The advantage of little Herc over big Herc is that it can dive deeper, and it's a little more maneuverable, and it's smaller, so you can get into tighter places.
But it can't collect samples the way Hercules can.
It cannot. It's just a camera. It's an observation platform. So, but we did just add the ability to put the WCA camera system on. So
Oh,
the
I didn't know
three-camera
that.
system
Cool.
hanging underneath Little Herc, and we were going to use that on the Midway cruise, but the J-box on Little Herc developed a crack, and there was no fixing that at sea. So, but it has a new junction box, and it's been rewired, so it's almost ready to go.
Nice.
So I suspect we'll be using it next year, and then maybe, I don't know how deep the dives are going to be doing, but we're going to be doing a lot of shipwreck things, I think, next year.
Which one do you like to drive better?
I like them both, right? Isn't it, you got to be politically correct?
You can't pick a favorite child.
No. I don't know. The Little Herc's kind of fun. It's like a sports car.
A sports car? Oh, then what's Hercules in that metaphor?
It's like a mid-sized SUV.
Thought you were going to say a minivan.
Alvin's like a Big Mac truck. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, the network data is coming from that bottle, so the network switch in it's okay. So, well, can we roll without NDI, or is that? Can we go without the NDI? Is that? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Web GUI is better than frozen GUI. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm getting a lot of messages here.
Everyone's group chat goes off.
Oh, I'm getting a bunch of messages about what's wrong with the vehicle for next cruise, because those guys are all worried.
So Jamie, question coming in on the chat for you. What do you find most gratifying about the science communication aspects of working on Nautilus?
Oh, what a nice question.
Yeah.
I love science communications. My background's in science, but as any of you who know me know, I like to talk, and I like to communicate, I like to write, and most importantly, I like to share my love for science with the world. And every time I see someone get interested in a field that they didn't know about before, it just gives me a sense of joy. And being in the science communications side of Nautilus is especially wonderful because we do dedicate so much time and resources to outreach. We stream live and we offer live ship to shore interactions, and we offer educational resources on our website. And I just want everyone to love the ocean the way I love the ocean, and this is a great way to do it.
So it's not all about the money.
Well, no. No. It's my treasures are being out here with you guys.
Oh.
That reminds me, we talked about the internship program, but I also want to mention our Science Communication Fellowship. We have some great SCFs on this expedition that you hear from, Stefano and Bell and DJ, but applications are open for the Science Communication Fellowship for next year. So if you are an educator, either formal or informal, you don't have to be a formal teacher, you can be any kind of science communicator or educator to apply. You can apply to become a science communication fellow, and you can come out here and sit in the seat I'm in and talk to the audience and do connections with schools and do all of the wonderful things I was just talking about, be part of our at sea science communications team. And those applications are also available at nautiluslive.org/education. So please apply. Don't count yourself out. Just even if you're not a formal teacher, we accept all sorts of science educators and communicators.
Artists.
Artists, authors, yep, everyone. Well, team, I'm signing off to let our wonderful SCF back in the seat. It's been great chatting with you. Have a great rest of your dive.
Thanks, Jamie. Well, so far in this dive, I've seen marine snow and possibly some zooplankton.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a jelly dive bomb the camera.
Oh, I missed it.
So we're coming up on 960 meters.
Not quite halfway there.
Check, check.
We hear you, Fano.
All right.
Talofa team. Yeah, sorry for coming in late.
No worries. Who were you talking to?
So there were two schools. One at 8:30. One school from our village,
Oh,
Mount
nice.
Talaba Elementary School, and then the next one that just finishes. One from our island, from the rock. Manulele Tausala, one of the biggest schools that we have, the elementary, but it's a middle school level 8. And
Yeah.
we went like almost an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we were fortunate to like ask questions and also try to explain, things in our language. Yeah. So yeah.
And
it was fun.
are the elementary schools, are they in Samoan or in English or in both?
Both.
Both.
So we do it like both language, bilingual.
Yeah.
Savannah, we have not done introductions yet. We've been
Okay.
waiting for you.
Oh.
Last watch.
Okay. I guess we're gonna go ahead and start.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Whoa. Beautiful blue sea. Yeah. So again, if you're tuning in on our live stream on nautiluslive.org, yep. Talofa, this is 8 to 12 morning shift, and I believe this is going to be our last dive for this expedition, dive H2067, and I gotta say I'm fortunate to and honored to have this opportunity as SCF for our shift, and also being able to know and meet all of you guys here. It's been a great experience for me, and one of the most memorable for my career as a teacher. And
Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah. It's not enough words to express. So I'm excited, but at the same time, we're gonna end this expedition when we go back tomorrow at the port. It's been a great journey for me, being able to learn things that I haven't done before on the SCF row, and not just on the SCF row, but being able to understand the responsibility that you guys are doing here. And I'm glad that I'm going to be one of those voices that have been spreading out the news in our island or in American Samoa. And my goal when I get back is to have professional development about the expedition, being able to have other educators, intern students that are interested in this career. This is more of like a great experience and hands-on visual learning environment for oceanography, video engineers, ROV pilots, scientists, biologists. It's been a great ride for me for this past 3 weeks, and I'm gonna miss you all, and I'm gonna be, I like the telepresence system,
Yeah.
even though we're not gonna see each other physically, but I can tune in, have my class watching those dives, ROV dives, which is good, and
Not to mention, I think you started like picking out some of the stuff as well.
yeah.
We're like, what's that red thing? And you're like, that's shrimp.
Yep. But I always bring this notebook with me. I kind of like write down the names and try to come up with a good art of what those sponges and species that we were able to encounter. So crinoids, bamboo whip corals, those crustacean, those different stuffs that we have been identify. So it's in my notebook right here. So it's I have to put down those notes as a reminder, and also it's such a great journey for me.
That's good.
So I'm thankful for all of you guys. So not just introduction, but it's kind of like a thank you. Yeah, a thank you note for everyone. Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
But I think the Nohan, you got the like the best seats here in this control van, and not just Johan, Bob Magic. We also have my roommate. Thank you, Esteban. Dave has been there asking. I've been asking a lot of questions for Dave, so that's why I was really fortunate to have him as my introduction last night.
Yeah.
So I kind of like know Dave throughout this whole expedition really well. And the first word that Dave, I remember Dave, when I asked him about doing stuff here, and Dave told me like, "Hey, this is your new home."
Yeah.
So strangers becomes good families here on the vessels.
Yep.
So I'm fortunate to have you guys, and also Adam, very, like a multi characteristic person, character person we have here on our on our on our shift, and also Val been there to put it in a good expedition with the stuff that we are learning here, and then if we have things that I won't able to explain it, related to our culture, I'm fortunate to have Val to step in and provide more details about that.
Yep.
Erica, it's fun to chat about with Erica, talk about stories after the expedition, what's going to happen next. And I wish everyone well on their next journey, when we part ways. So for that being said, I don't have a question.
How about we do one thing we're thankful for on this expedition? That seems positive. All right. Hey, everybody. Adam Sewell. I'm a professor at University of Rhode Island. Actually live in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Really excited to go home, see everyone again. I'm watch lead on 8 to 12, and the person most interested in rocks, which is good because this dive we're going to hopefully have some good rocks. And the thing I'm most thankful for on this expedition has been that amazing kind of 4-day stretch of weather we had at Wailu'u, the days where it was even like glassy, flat, calm, totally unexpected, and made us super, super productive, and also, of course, really comfortable to be on the ship. So thanks to the weather gods for that nice little stretch. Val?
Talofa, everyone. I'm Val Brown. I'm the research coordinator at the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa. And I'm thankful. I'm just thankful for this entire expedition. These areas are so little understood, and to have all of these people really focused on learning about the ocean, especially the open ocean and deep sea areas around American Samoa, has just been incredibly exciting, and I have loved being on this watch. I feel like Dave and Bob especially brings, and you, Adam, all bring so much knowledge and experience from working in these deep sea areas, and it's been really great to work with you guys. I know I'm a little older. I don't quite qualify as an early career professional, but I kind of am for deep sea. Like when I moved to American Samoa in 2019, like it was like starting all over with deep sea science because I'm a coral reef ecologist. So this has been a really great experience for me, and I've learned so much from all of you, and also from all of our interns and fellows as well. So just so grateful for all of you, and it's been a wonderful experience, and thank you for all of your hard work.
It's so hard to let go of that early career label because sometimes I still feel like I'm early career. But
and yet we're like 20 years in.
I know.
Oh. Okay, Erica, your turn.
Hi everyone, my name is Erica Leon Guerrero, Ocean Science Intern, and on this shift, data logger. I am most thankful for the company of very intelligent, knowledgeable, caring, and funny, you know, people on this ship.
And me too, right?
And Adam. And all the insights on the rocks. I've never known so much about rocks until today. Yeah, I'm thankful for that. The company of very good people.
That's a good one.
Yep. So Dave.
Thank you. I've been doing this a lot. The 8 to 12 watch is my favorite watch, schedule-wise. It's the boss watch when I'm the lead video guy. And Bob Waters and I have sailed together an awful lot and done the Zoom In Dave thing for a long time. I love when Bob is flying the ROV because we work together really well. It's always great to meet new people. Fano, you are home, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Adam, we've worked together several seasons, and I appreciate his sense of humor. And not only that, but he'll set him up and I'll knock him down, and vice versa. Interns, you guys have been great, both of you. It's been a pleasure to work with you, see how you learn stuff, embrace this, be curious, ask questions. There are no dumb questions. The only dumb question is the question you do not ask. Val, it's been great hearing about your adventures and learning more about fish. And then we both learned from Megan. I've sailed with Megan several times, and I learned something from her every time. But it's been great seeing your passion about fish. And my roomie, Johan, been great sailing with you. The calm, cool, collected, stable voice there on Nav. Appreciate that. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm Robert Waters. I'm sitting in the Herc pilot seat. I'm the ROV lead on this leg, and I'm most grateful that so far the number of recoveries is equal to the number of launches. Knock on wood.
Well,
we haven't had any major disasters. Have survived what has come up. Esteban's been great as an intern. He picked up things really quick, and it's been great to be able to rely on him during my watch. And just a great team overall. So, yeah.
Nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Johan Becker. I'm the navigator on this 8 to 12 shift, and off the ship I'm a PhD student at the University of Rhode Island. I'm also thankful for all the people that have been around and all their work to make incredible science and have a lot of fun during the process happen. It's been really great. But to say something different, I'd like to say that I'm very thankful for all the incredible creatures that have taken it upon themselves to put on a cameo for us every now and then and stop by and keep things exciting, and yeah. And the rocks, of course, too. I know they traveled a long way to get here. So.
From the mantle, from inside the earth. I kind of can't stop thinking about that big fish we saw last night. Like, even though we saw, like, cool stuff like the moray eel and the moa moa, whatever that big ambush predator
Oh, look at
was?
that goosefish.
Goosefish. That
Goosefish,
was,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. That was cool. I mean, I've seen the little chaunacops, but a big one that was like walking around, that was awesome.
It's always something new down there.
Is that something that people fish for? Goosefish?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's a targeted species.
That was my first time looking at those type of fish.
Yeah.
They might occasionally come up.
Yes,
like if they grab a lure or
accidentally,
something. Yeah.
They kind of looked like monkfish, which people fish for.
Yeah, that tastes like lobster, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Are they related?
I don't know. I will ask my friend Google.
It's like time for a new search. Eric and I are back here comparing sunset pictures from the Marianas. If any of you are making it out there, amazing sunsets, and evidently last night was stellar.
Goosefishes, sometimes called anglers or monkfishes.
Oh, so maybe
How about that?
Okay. Do people eat monkfish? Do they
Yeah,
target
yeah.
this?
False lobster.
Yeah, it's really good.
Are you wanting to go back to the last
Oh,
email?
man.
Adam can always go get his chicken lobsters at the Falmouth Fish Mart.
I mean, now is the time, right? Like after Labor Day, they go on sale.
Yeah. How much is a chicken lobster?
You know, it's like $9.99 a pound at this time of year.
Nice.
Wait, what's a chicken lobster?
This is like the small ones. I think that's 1 1/4 pounds or something like that.
Oh.
And we have like a request coming in the chat. It says, still waiting to hear Erica sing? Oh, what an
We're running out of time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Val, drop a beat.
Because this is our last watch, I would really like to sit here and reach the bottom. And if I sing, we will not reach the bottom.
Everyone runs out of the van.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna save it.
I think
Social deck at lunchtime.
I think it's that part. That's it.
That was amazing. Erica's gonna sing. She's like, nope.
We should have put that in as a highlight. Erica shuts down. Request to see.
That's wild that the goosefish is the monkfish. How about that?
Is that like the same family species from the chanoks? Like the batfish? You know,
I think
like,
so, yeah.
It looks kind of like similar but with different colors and
Yeah, anglerfish, yeah. Or is there, are they all in the same group, the anglerfish, or is there convergent evolution where multiple species have developed that approach?
I don't
I don't need you to know the answer to that. I'm just posing the question.
I think they're related. I think they're pretty closely related. But
Bob,
they are in different, those two are in different
Bob, did the cinema camera
families,
turn
but
itself
I think
off
they're
again?
in the same kind of bigger
Sorry,
group.
what?
Did cinema camera turn itself off again?
Oh.
Yes, it did.
Oh, that's going to be our problem child on this dive, I think.
Hey, Johan, if you don't mind if I get to ask you a question?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, like as a navigator, like what's the most difficult part of navigating the seafloor, especially when you have like limited visibility with the. Uh,
Yeah. Um, I think the hardest part is probably keeping track of all the information, and if there's information that doesn't really line up. So for example, we have these maps that we go off of that kind of guide us, but they are gridded at about 50 meters or sometimes even 100 meters. So that means that anywhere within that 100-meter range, the topography that we see, bathymetry, the cliffs or anything could be in any kind of space, and sometimes you think it'll be in one place based on the map, and then looking at your sonars, it'll be in a different place, and you kind of gotta like adjust the plan within that grid space, so that kind of narrows the window of how much time you have to react to different things that are coming up. And that can be tough sometimes when there's a couple features, or there's really tall features or something, and we're on the move at depth. I think the other, probably just more difficult part to get right is timing moves. At the rule of thumb is that for every 1,000 meters of depth, it takes Atalanta about 1 minute to respond. So that means that at our depth, our target depth of 2,500 meters, it's going to take 2.5 minutes for anything that we tell Atalanta to do on the surface to happen on the seafloor. So if we put in a ship move of 10 meters forward up here, it'll respond 2.5 minutes later. And with complex bathymetry, or if we're trying to do really precise actions with Hercules, or trying to like keep a pace or stop quickly, that can be kind of difficult sometimes.
What about like when you get the ship moving and then someone says, "Hey, can we stop and sample here?"
That can be tough sometimes too, yeah. On a flat bottom, that's not so bad, but...
Yeah, what's up? Who said that?
no, it's
Oh,
one
hey.
of my. Oh my gosh, and then yeah, thank you, Johan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your seat is like the most popular seat that we, if we wanted to exchange rows. But I can see like you have like different screens in front of you, like 4, and with different angles and different map grid on it.
Yeah.
So hats off to you, man.
Thanks.
Oh, well, Adam is joining one of the interaction.
Oh, this could be like, I think you need to photobomb.
Yeah, let me try to look if he has like those
Makes
background notes on here. I don't think so.
We should make a sign that says "I heart rocks."
I couldn't find it. No.
Just remember, you got to write it backwards because it's on Zoom. Mhm. I think go for it, Fano. Come over here. We've got some special shenanigans going on here. Adam, our resident rock lover, is doing a...
Oh, he's coming out.
Oh, we missed it. We didn't move fast enough. Did you know we were up to something?
That was awesome. That was a class from Friday Harbor who
Nice.
had a very good question about why mantle plumes exist.
Oh. And why do mantle plumes exist?
Well, great, yeah, we should explain it to everyone. So the plume of material that's feeding this hot spot, making this Samoan archipelago and a bunch of different other archipelagos throughout the oceans originate, actually, most of them originate down at the core mantle boundary. So that's really, really deep within the Earth. And one of the reasons they originate is that some tectonic plate that is subducted long ago in the past has worked its way all the way down through the mantle because it's denser than the mantle material, and it kind of piles up at that core mantle boundary, and that creates a little chemical anomaly that makes the mantle buoyant, and that starts this process of rising up through the mantle. And it starts with a really big plume head, a head of material, but beneath that is this really narrow stem. And one of the reasons they're really amazing is that they stay fixed relative to the plates on top that are moving around. So they stay in one place, and the plate on top moves over, and as it moves over, it leaves these little breadcrumbs of volcanic islands. So when you measure them relative to each other, one hotspot to another, they don't change. So they stay in one place, and the plates move.
Just the plates are moving. Fascinating.
And that was a really big discovery for helping us validate the theory of plate tectonics. You know, before we had the observations that could really validate that theory. And mid-ocean ridges were another part of that. See the kind of construction of new tectonic plates, and then the destruction of those plates at subduction zones up like in the Marianas. And that's a relatively young scientific theory. I mean, like, now probably 60 years old, but more than that, people did not really have a concept of tectonic plates moving around.
Yeah. Fascinating. Well, that's how old were these kids that asked this?
It was a high school class from Friday Harbor, Washington.
Nice. Okay, so I got some fish info for you.
Ooh.
On your question about are all these fish related?
Yeah.
So, there is an order called the Lophiforms, which includes all of these anglerfish, batfish, goosefish that we've been seeing, and a mitochondrial genome phylogenetic study suggests that they actually diversified in a short period during the early to mid-Cretaceous.
Oh.
So they are related, and they've been diversified since then. So, oh wait, a more recent one says maybe the late Cretaceous. So 92 to 61 million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then they've kind of like devolved from there. So
that's awesome.
All their different types of
so there's the ones we've seen down on the seafloor. There's a bunch that live in the midwater as well, right?
Yeah, that's true. There's some that drift around, like the little sargassum fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of, that's one of the interesting things about fish is some of these families have, they have a common like descendant, but then they've just diversified so much that they might be from the surface all the way to the very bottom of the ocean and have different roles and functions, but still some similarities.
Yeah, as I've done these kind of exploration dives, just kind of strikes me that life will occupy every niche available, from microbes to whales. Anything that can be exploited to sustain life will be, even if it's barely exploitable.
Yeah, well, I think those hydrothermal vents are a great example of that, right?
Yeah.
It's such a harsh environment, but yet life finds a way there. So, and it's really, I think, been very interesting over the last couple of decades to really watch as we've gotten all these molecular tools to be able to look at things like how much of the human body is actually microbes.
Mm-hmm.
And how much we depend on those different microbes for some of our functions.
Yeah.
And same thing with like corals. So we used to think of like corals as this very simple animal, but they're actually now being treated as what we call a holobiont, which means it's the corals plus their zooxanthellae plus all of the microbes that are living on them, and all of that has to function together to have a healthy coral.
I mean, it seems likely that any higher order animal is a holobiont.
Yes, I think that's accurate.
Wait.
But we don't have a.
There's actually though,
glowy.
There's a lot of symbionts, which is like maybe simpler than a holobiont at hydrothermal vents. Maybe because the environment is so harsh, there's really specialized relationships between microbes and organisms. But maybe we'll find that there's lots of contributing kind of organisms to the larger whole.
Maybe. Did you know that even we were talking anglerfish, like their little bioluminescence?
Yeah.
That's actually a symbiotic bacteria.
Nice.
So, very interesting. Are we there yet?
Oh, there's a note from Talk. Matt just reportedly that the data feeds on the website are working again, along with the Grafana. More data page.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Team on board figured that out. And where are we? 18.
We're at 1852.
Only 700 to go.
How are y'all doing up there in the front row? I see a thumbs up.
Doing great.
Guys are so quiet.
Calm before the storm. They like to get focused before they attack the seafloor with exploration.
Yeah, I prefer the term locked in.
Locked in.
Okay.
If you see me with my eyes closed, it's because I'm really concentrating.
They're visualizing successful zooms.
Yes, exactly right.
Visualizing the zoom.
You know, one side benefit of sitting up here for blue water in the van is it's preparing us for some of the long plane rides we have ahead of us to get home.
That is a long plane ride to get back to
It
the
is
East
a bit
Coast.
annoying for the people next to me when I'm like, hey, can we get a zoom on that? Can you pause here and get a
What's
sample?
our
They're like,
altitude?
yeah. They're like, sir, we're trying to sleep.
Can we get a picture of these clouds here?
There's no rocks up there now.
No, that's the one bad thing about the atmosphere. Although, some say it's a good thing. Actually, if there's a big explosive eruption, there could be rocks up there. But hopefully no planes at that time. Do you know that when there's a big explosive eruption, they ground the airplanes because they found out the hard way that when you fly through those plumes, all the little ash, the silica, can melt onto the engine of the plane.
Ooh.
Well, just generally throwing particulate matter into jet engines is a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. We get that in Anchorage every once in a while. There's active volcanoes around, and they'll erupt to divert flights, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, very active up there in the Aleutian Arc.
Well, even in South Central, Mount Redoubt.
Yep.
Over the other one, down the Kenai Peninsula, very close to. We've had, eruptions where we had ashfall in Anchorage, looked like snow.
Yeah. I was a kid in Washington when Mount St. Helens erupted.
Oh.
And we had to wear masks to school, and there was ash falling on, on us. We actually didn't get that much, even though we're pretty close to Mount St. Helens, because the ash went mostly eastward.
My dad visited shortly after that eruption and brought me back a container of ash, and it was like my show and tell for most of elementary school. Super cool. I can't imagine how crazy that was though.
Yeah, I was 5 years old, so I didn't really understand, but I was at my sister's soccer game when I saw the eruption column. And the only thing I could relate it to was the Wile E. Coyote videos, like when he falls down and it makes a little poof like that. I was like, huh.
So I didn't really quite connect what you were saying.
No, but I sometimes I'll trot that out and say, and that's when I decided to become a volcanologist.
Was it?
No. But it's a better story.
Here I thought that was the driving force.
Sounds cool.
It was because I was going to college in Minnesota, and one of the summer research opportunities was in Hawaii. And I was like, I'm so frozen here. I need to go somewhere warm. And then that happened to be volcanoes.
Kilauea is pretty cool.
Oh,
Gotta
it's my
say,
favorite.
It's a great volcano. Been a little active lately.
Yeah, but a lot less than it was for from 1983 to 2008, I guess. It was like a 30-year eruption there on Kilauea.
Just the Big Island in general is really cool.
So cool.
Yeah, it's my favorite island.
I have questions coming in about I think it's for Dave. Curious on how that the whole aspect of the video stream works. And it says, what format is the video sent out from the ship and out to the ISC? And is that the same format that the ISC then it outputs to the web and YouTube?
Okay. While we have some time, a few parts to that question. Video originates in the cameras on the ship in 1080i, that's HD, 1080 lens interlaced, 2997 frames. Pretty standard HD format. And why 1080i, people ask, and not 1080p, that kind of stuff. It's the lowest common denominator. It keeps the bandwidth down, going to the encoders, and our main camera on Herc is a 1080i camera, and so everything is converted to that level. We have some standard def cameras that get up converted to that. We have some cameras that are 1080p. and even 4K, and those get down converted to that. We're encoding at relatively low bit rates using H.264 SRT compression. That gets sent over because of the relatively low bandwidth. We have about 20 megabits worth of satellite bandwidth, and so we're sending out 3 streams at about 3 megabits a second for the Herc camera and lower for the other 2 streams. Those get transcoded at ISC. They actually get re-encoded to, and I don't know the streaming formats very well for YouTube and the website, but they do get re-encoded for that. Hope that answers the question. But we originate in 1080i HD.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
So that camera's been running for a while now, right? We haven't had any issues?
I went to the NDI decoder on the Tracklapse PC, and then we're streaming that instead of, or we're viewing that rather than the NDI output. The NDI,
okay.
I could reboot the NDI transmitter and it would go about 30 seconds and then freeze up again. So something with the NDI transmitter and or its network. But Matt can't find anything wrong, so we're doing the workaround thing.
Right. Well, that bottle's running 75 degrees F. No, I don't know.
Geez, that's not bad.
Yeah, it gets much hotter sitting on the bench, but then
Yeah.
we don't leave it running very long.
Right. Yeah, something to do with the NDI transmitter, it seems like.
Yeah, those get really toasty.
Yeah.
We don't have a temp sensor right on the NDI heatsink. No. This is just the bottle temperature. Whereas the Ethernet bottle is running 6 degrees C. Doesn't make much heat.
Yeah, that doesn't make much heat at all. That's
No.
great. That's about ambient water temperature, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's just the hotel controller and an Ethernet switch is all that's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, video gear generates a lot of heat, as we can see in here.
Yeah.
So Dave, do we have like another YouTube channel for the live stream, or is just the Nautilus Live YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's just, there's the streams that you see on the Nautilus Live webpage, and then there's the Nautilus Live YouTube channel.
Oh,
And those are actually 2 separate sets of streams. But we send 3 streams out here, out from the ship, and then on shore, they're re-encoded and sent separately as streams to YouTube, and then 3 streams to the web page.
Okay.
So,
But it's just one channel on the YouTube, Nautilus Live, or are we affiliate to another, like? No, well, this person says like there's another YouTube channel streaming our live stream. It's called Wild Horizons Live Nature Streams.
don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Once it leaves the ship, I don't know exactly what happens.
So we might want to check out those if they got the permission to, you know.
Yeah, you might mention that to Jamie.
Okay, Erica, what do you think we're going to see first thing on the bottom?
I'm gonna have to change my. I'm usually light for the rocks, but I think we're gonna see sediment.
Okay, sediment.
Yeah.
Anyone else think we're going to see something different?
It's going to be rocks.
Rocks.
I'm gonna go with the rocks.
Rocks and sediment. We'll see who the winner is. In about 320 meters.
12 minutes to go.
I think this is the hardest part of our blue water, and we're almost there, but we're not there yet. Have we had any more questions come in on the chat?
No, those questions related to the videos. Yeah. Val.
Hmm?
So the fish that we saw last night, if you check on that YouTube channel, Wild Horizons Live Nature Stream, it's on there. It's in there from our from our dive.
Already.
Yeah, it's just.
Wow.
Well, yeah, this person just put a comment in like, if this channel like affiliate to our live stream on
Oh,
on YouTube.
actually, you better tell tell
Yeah,
Jamie
so
about that.
yeah, I just asked Dave, and then yeah, so it's good to know.
So I just talked to a high school class for a minute, and it got to mention Charlie D'Amelio, which I just learned about as a famous TikTok dancer, and they appreciated that.
You're so cool now.
They're like, wow, that guy's cool.
You're cooler than I am. I don't follow any of that stuff.
Oh, nor do I, but I just heard the name from the younger set.
From the younger set. The younger set on board?
The early career, yeah, the early career members.
Charlie.
Wow. Huh.
So I asked everybody what they're expecting to see on the bottom. We had one vote for rocks and one for sediment. What do you think we're going to see at 2,500?
I'm going to need Johan to zoom out a little bit.
Oh, you're going to look at the high pack, see what the multi-beam looks like.
Okay, Talus.
Oh, okay.
Hey Bob, on the winch cam, is that like a little bit of saltiness on the
That's 'cause
drum?
we haven't been down that deep.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
wash it off. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things they're going to do on the way up.
Yeah.
They're going to do a wash down on it. So, yeah, I mean, the cable always comes in wet, obviously.
Right.
Don't dry it off before it goes on the drum, so. It has a very sticky cable lubricant on it to protect it.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't know if they're planning on hooking that up, but they add that to it. They have a cable luber.
Is it like runs through a little tube and gets squirted?
Yeah, it puts the grease under pressure on the cable as it's running through it.
Yeah.
Forces it into the cable. It's very messy stuff. You see it all over the deck back there.
That brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it in your hair, it's a challenge to get it out.
Oh yeah.
Anything. You get it on your clothes.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Actually, mineral oil works pretty good. Soap doesn't work so good.
Closing in.
Seems like we got some current to deal with here.
Hey Bob, what's the most challenging aspect of maneuvering ROV in deep sea condition?
The currents probably.
Current, yeah.
Back a few years ago, we didn't have nearly as good a navigation, so we didn't have as great a idea where we're at. But our new nav is very accurate. It's like,
Was that back in the track point?
Yeah.
time period? Yeah.
Yeah. This is pretty dead on within, just a couple meters.
I just realized I get to see my dogs tomorrow.
Oh.
So excited.
Who's been taking care of your dogs?
My friend Sarah.
Nice. Thanks, Sarah. Sarah with an H?
Yes.
That is the correct way.
They're probably getting spoiled. She loves them, so they're having a good time. They're probably going to be like, drat, Mom's home.
No, I bet their little butts are going to wag so hard they'll fall over.
I don't know. She's let them, like, hang out on the couch. I'm usually, like, no dogs on the couch, so they're probably going to be a little disappointed when I get back. Kick them off the couch
My
again.
dog is allowed on the couch, but it doesn't shed, It's, like, got...
Really?
Yeah, it's golden doodle, so it's got hair.
Oh,
So it
nice.
doesn't shed, but you gotta get a haircut every 6 weeks.
Yep. Same.
My dog sheds like crazy.
It's one of the benefits of a hypoallergenic dog.
Yeah.
I once got a Basenji because I was looking in the dog book, like, what kind of dog? Like, it doesn't bark,
Oh.
it doesn't shed, it doesn't stink. I said, oh, that's a dog for me. But then I found out all about Basenjis.
What's wrong with them?
If you look up Basenji in the eye, they'll attack you. Yeah, they're super high strung. Like, that dog would run around the living room without touching the floor.
I had a husky, and he shed everywhere. But he was so worth it. Super fun dog. But also high energy.
3 beams.
3 beams.
Woohoo!
We're getting closer. Get to see who's right. Sediment, talus, rock.
So my dog sitter sees the dog more than I do.
Aw.
A good dog sitter is like kind of a gift, right?
Well, it's
You
actually the rescue I got her from.
Ah.
Yeah, I made a deal so I can take her back there whenever I'm gone.
Nice.
You know, she's not real thrilled about it, but
She's like, I didn't think it'd be this much.
it's just he's got a lot of dogs. They have free reign of his house.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy there. 30 dogs.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot of dogs.
And indoors, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can imagine.
My two wreak havoc. Goodness.
Yeah. I don't like to go in there, but yeah. He makes me.
I mean, one dog is almost too much for me.
Yeah.
The most I've ever had is 3
Switching over.
inside.
He's a saint. I don't know how he does it.
Hey Bob, have you ever done like 8 hours straight or more than 8 hours, like piloting a ROV? More than 8 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't do 12-hour watches generally, but yeah. Schmidt runs 12-hour watches. A lot of, well,
They must have multiple pilots on a watch, though, yeah?
Yeah, they cycle every 2 hours.
And Schmidt,
Last time I
they
was
say
on.
that, but when I was there, you can go get a cup of coffee and then come right back and sit down.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, even just go wander off.
But in Alvin dive, you're going to be piloting for 9 hours straight.
Alvin, you start at, as a pilot, you start at like 5 in the morning, and you're done 7 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you're the expedition leader, then you get to go have the post-dive meeting and then get all the dive sheets ready for the next dive. And that's a brutal job.
What do we have here on the bottom?
Sediment. Who called that?
Erica.
Erica.
And I think
You
that's
win.
about-
You get to sit in the watch lead seat. I'll see you later.
Come on now, just an hour. Just an hour left. You can make it.
Yeah, no, this is it. This is their
You
last
turn around
hour.
and look at me. Is our heading going to be?
085.
085. We're dead on the landing target there, too.
Yeah. I didn't get Atalanta right where I wanted her, but...
I almost don't know what to do with myself with no puffer to turn on and monitor.
Do you want to press a button? We can,
No, it's
you can. Any of these are free to press if you'd like.
Those aren't even working, are they?
No, but just if you have the need to press a button. Press,
What about,
press.
can I draw pictures on the telestrator?
Yeah, if I were you, I'd take over the telestrator.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just kidding. It's
Do it. This one's cool.
Which one? Oh, what's one? And isn't there like
Oh, that
a
one,
zoom
like
one?
Spotlight. Oh. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
That could be really fun. Okay. I'm not going to do it right now.
There's a little Velcro
Got it.
doohickey there.
Okay. I've been very jealous of your ability to like circle things while I'm over there saying it's to the left, a little more left.
Hey, zoom in, Dave.
That'll do it.
It's a balmy 1.9 degrees
Okay, black balance
Celsius
first.
down there.
Oh, where'd we go? And left a little bit more, small jumps here. That's good enough right there. All right, black balance first. Adam, this is what it looks like when you turn off all the lights.
Yeah.
And then when you turn them
I
back
decided on it because
and when it comes,
the depth. I was like, you see rocks in the shallower areas.
not that much. Do that again. Okay.
I am looking forward to the Palau dives when I can sit on my couch with some popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
a beverage, not be freezing cold.
But you won't have any control over where the camera's looking.
That's true, but I'm a scientist ashore for that one, so we'll be able to at least like chat in a little bit.
Can't have control.
Can make some suggestions. It'll be a little late. But I can type into the chat. That was a really cool fish you just passed.
Is that a fish? Is that a fish?
What is the delay? How much is it?
It's got to be it's order seconds. I don't think it's too much longer than that.
Bob's thinking to himself, we've got to revoke Val's scientist ashore privileges.
No.
Adam, if you were going to see a sea pen,
Oh yeah, this is sea pen
this would
territory.
be the place.
So far, our first critter is a shrimp. Just moseying along on the sediment.
Ooh, and an acorn worm. Could see. Well, I don't see one. We could see one, is what I'm saying.
Could see one. This could be good habitat for sea pens and acorn worms. How long do we think this sediment is going to last?
Millions and millions of years.
I meant more like how long will it take us to transit the sediment?
It might be all the way up to waypoint 2. We're not. I don't know for sure.
Should we get moving?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
I think it's going to be more like 080. Bridge nav.
Follow that shrimp.
Maybe not. We won't get very far.
Hi Flavio, can we have a ship move 30 meters at bearing 080, please?
It's very insistent that we get a closer look at it.
Hi, Mom.
Oh no. It bumped into the ROV.
Maybe it came up and punched us. You disturbed my nap. Take this.
Oh, there's a cucumber.
Zoom in, Dave. That is not a cucumber.
I think we're looking at the pink thing.
That kind of looks like a sea pig.
Does it have? Is it a nudibranch? It looks like it has
Well, I think
lungs on the back there.
I think it's a sea cucumber.
It's just a frilly head thing. All right. Now.
Yeah, I think that might have been, it doesn't seem to have a set name. Piniagone or Amperimo sea cucumber?
Yeah, that's what does look
Yeah,
like
it's
the
got
right
that
one, yeah.
appendage on the back. Not really an appendage, but
A
tessellation.
flourish.
Breach nav.
That's decoration on the back. It looks like the right body style.
Can we add another 50 meters at bearing 080, please? Thank you.
The CinemaCam has the jerkies again. I'm going to reboot the receiver.
I see some bioturbation there. That's similar. What kind of bioturbation will an acorn worm make?
I think it's a standard like lump of sediment like that, you know, like a little.
So it's not going to have like a squiggle or anything?
No, because they mostly live in the sediment, and then sometimes you see them lying on the top.
Okay.
That didn't fix it. I'm going to try something else.